pressure on UAE and other GCC countries not to buy into Huawei, buy
Yeah.
into Chinese technology. And this, it won't stop here, because I think the next big technologies are going to be around public health, and
Yes,
are
of
going
course.
to be around the sort of frontier technologies for surveillance and contact tracing, and models that may require countries that buy into them that to be much more closely coupled with China. And you know, the absence of cooperation between US and China has created, if you would, an arms race in these arenas.
Yeah.
You know, my vaccine first, or my healthcare system first, and so those become very key. And then, you know, there might be certain pressures on trade, you know, and trades of particular things, which ultimately may be meaningful to UAE. It may not be meaningful. It might mean things that you care about or not. Those would be on an ongoing basis. But I think one of the bigger challenges down the road is that if we end up in a place where begins to look a lot more like Cold War, and as in every international arena and on every international issue, how you would vote becomes a measure of your loyalty. And it becomes you're either with us or you're against us mentality. So whether it's on today's World Congress that the World Health Organization is holding, do you vote for Taiwan being a member, or you don't? It becomes a test. Are you friend of China, or are you friend of the United States? And then it goes to every single thing you do at the United Nations, at any international agency, on every international conflict. You take the side of China, or do you take the side of the United States? That, you know, puts a small and medium-sized countries in a place they don't want to be. Whether it's UAE or Singapore or Malaysia, they don't like to have to choose sides and then face the consequences of potential punishment by the other side. They don't want to, you know, side with China and then, you know, lose public relations mileage in the US by being portrayed in American media as or by a particular congressman saying, you know, you supported China. Vice versa, they don't want to have to support the United States and then the Chinese penalize them in a particular way. You know, most of the small, medium-sized countries, emerging markets, have prospered in a world in which US-China relations was not a binary choice. They could have very successful trade with China. They could have very successful trade and relationship with the United States. And the problems between these two countries didn't become their problems. So UAE won't be alone. I mean, there's virtually every country in ASEAN who is going to face the same problem. And then, you know, the next level, which might be 5-10 years down the road, is on the military level. When the US and China both may look at their ports and their bases essentially as much more aggressively as garrisons than they do right now. So I think that's the challenge that small and medium-sized countries face in a world in which US and China are going to be at it.